Hi, voice explainer here. Today I'm going to explain a movie named Perfume. Yes guys, the movie name is Perfume. The film narrative commences with a detention facility featuring a restrained and shackled prisoner. After the arrival of the soldier, the inmate cell doors is opened and he is dragged out onto the balcony. All of the inhabitants can be seen screaming and calling him to murderer and bloody monster. The jailer demands that a guard declare his retribution. In front of the crowd, the guard announces that court had declared his punishment of hanging after 2 days. But before hanging, the executioner will break his hands and feet, and all people are thrilled with excitement hearing it. At last, who is that killer? Let's see. Now the story reverses a few years ago, where we see a view of Paris fish market, which was the most stinking place on the city. People used to earn their bread and butter by selling fish and meat. Here we see a fish seller lady who breeds a dead child, and this lady had also bred 4 dead children before, and she kicks them into the stream with the rotten fish. But she gives the birth of a live child now, but thinking him dead, she also throws him into a stream. Now that children weeps due to the obvious smell of rotten fish. Standing people there catch the sight of this child and curse his mother. This child is the same prisoner who was announced the punishment. His name was Jean. He possessed characteristics. First, he possessed a perfect sense of smell, and secondly, if someone leaves him, that person was dead somehow. As his mothers who had thrown him, and after his birth, he sentenced to death. And Jean is sent to the orphanage of Madame Guillard, who used to foster the children only for the sake of money. But the children in orphanage feel insecurity taking their importance, so they try to kill Jean, but Guillard says he is coming there and beats those children. Facing difficulties in orphanage, Jean is unable to utter a word for 5 years, but using his sense of smell, he knows about everything. Due to the short capacity in orphanage, Guillard sells him to the collector of animal skins at his 13-year-old. As Jean leaves from there, some thieves kill Guillard, stealing all her money. The buyer of Jean taking hard work from Jean, and he also takes him into the city where coming out from the odor, Jean first time takes the taste of the wonderful world and scent. Leaving luggage, Jean is attracted to the perfume shop. Seeing it, he looks at the shopkeeper holding a very famous perfume. At the same time, he smells another scent coming from the fruit seller girl. He is enchanted by her. The girl offers him fruit, taking him hungry, but Jean catches her hand up on it. She leaves her place feeling fear, but Jean finds her using his sense of smell. He sits at the backside of her. The girl suspects someone present at her backside, and she shouts in fear, but Jean presses her mouth and avoids people's attention so the people may not gather there. As the people leave, Jean removes from the mouth of the girl, putting her death. At her scent is gone, gradually leaving. Jean is astonished. Where will the scent dissolve? Now let's talk of another character who was the great perfumer of the city of Paris, and his job had gone down with the arrival of the perfumers in the city. He used to imitate the other perfumers. On the same evening, Jean visits his shop for the delivery of the good skin, and he looks at the variety of perfumes there. Sensing the smell of Baldini's home, Jean says that he can make such perfume for him. The Baldini makes fun of him. Jean tells him about the power of his ability. Baldini gives him a chance. Jean creates perfume and gives them to Baldini to detect the aroma of the love in them. This perfume was the most famous, so Baldini is left astonished. Seeing it, Jean assures him that he can also make a best ever perfume. Baldini longs for his lost love. As he senses its fragrance, his talent is immense. Now Baldini acquires Jean from Grimmel. That very night, Grimmel, drunk condition, meet his demise. Falling into a stream, Jean becomes the catalyst for Baldini's perfume, catapulting that to fame throughout Paris. Baldini teaches him perfume making expertise to Jean. He educates Jean about the 3 scents, each comprising 4 scents that make every perfume. It means totally scents are 12, which can be differentiated by human being easily. Otherwise, no excited man in this world can match this perfume. If someone makes that 13th perfume, Jean becomes emotional about it, thinking he will to able to make it, and he asks Baldini to teach its process, promising to give it best method throughout the world. Baldini tells process of adding 10,000 flowers into the bottle according to his designed machine, which he had learnt it before coming in Paris. One day Baldini finds Jean weeping. As Baldini asks the reason, Jean calls him a liar, saying that his told method is unsuccessful and old. I could not capture the iron glass into a bottle after Baldini's incident. Jean loses consciousness. Now Baldini is got worried thinking about the loss of fame as Jean falls ill. Jean asks the other process from Baldini and he tells him to extract perfume from the fat of animal skin. Baldini orders him to go to Grace. He takes 1000 formulas in return. Jean learns the work going to Grace as Baldini sends him from there. As Jean leaves, Baldini's house is dashed out into dust, putting him to death. Going to Grace, Jean first time realized the sense of freedom. He was the slave of no one and could take his own decision. Now there are two ways which lead to Grace. On the path leads throughout the village, which the other takes throughout the mountain. Now he begins to go through the mountains. On the way he observes a cave where he stays for rest. He sleeps peacefully, spending many days there. And once he dreams of that fruit seller girl, waking in confusion, in being to smell his body out, does not feel his own body smell. While pouring in rain outside, he realizes that he has not his own smell. The next morning he leads to Grace. He senses the same fruit seller girl's perfume. He sees the prettiest girl sitting off the carriage. Seeing this, he pursues her and comes to Grace. Going to follow this girl, he enters a palace possessed by the world's richest man, Riches. Laura and loving girl is his daughter, who was Grace's most stunning woman. Jean working for just a lady whose husband keeps close watch on her. Jean learns the two tools for obtaining perfume from animal fat, whilst also living in their company. He applies the first method over his female co-worker. He boils that girl's dead body in the tank with animal fat, but they cannot achieve success in the second process. He takes a streetwalker in which he uses animal's fat glossing on the cloth, killing her. Jean shaves her head. After glossing her dead body, he wraps it into cloth and he becomes successfully while extracting perfume from the cloth according to the told method of Baldini, which he applies on streetwalker's pet dog for checking. Then he makes the set of 13th bottle told by Baldini. It means the murder person for each bottle. At Laura's birthday party, all girls and boys play there to hide and seek. Finding chance, Jean also arrives there and attacks Laura, but she is survived and twin girl at the party are disappeared. Now we know that Jean makes first two bottles of killing these two girls, and both girls' dead bodies are seen floating in the water which is under the bridge of the city. After it, the chain of girls' murder begin in the whole city, and frightened people start lock their outside door of houses in order to save their daughters. But Jean prepares 12 shots of the bottle and mixes them all into a big bottle. Now he needs one more bottle to make the perfect perfume. It means the murder of Laura. Observing Richie says that all victim girls were young, with no mark of seduction on their body. The murderers has killed them for a reason. All people visit the church for help, and the church father agrees to help. Coming there, a man informs about being caught by that murderer. All people are filled with joy hearing it. Riches does not believe on his news. Worrying about his daughter, he decides to leave Grace to escape with his daughter the next day. Jean senses the smell of going Laura from the city following her, and he finds her with his ability. On the other side, Streetwalker's dog detects the hair and clothing of its owner lady in Jean's, which knows wide route was the co-worker with Jean. Investigation of police discover the clothes and hair of other girls. Richie stays the whole night in the hotel with his daughter Laura and keeps the key of her daughter's room in his own room. Jean steals the key from his room and goes to Laura's room. Next day, coming in Laura's room, Richie weeps bitterly, finding Laura's dead body. Now Jean makes a 13th bottle, mixing it into the final bottle and becomes successful. Now Jean is arrested by police. The story again begins where a punishment is being announced. After 2 days, people come to see the end of the Jean remotely. As they bring him out from the prison, finding chance, Jean opens the lid bottle. As the people stand for the weight of Jean, he advances to the executioner, who emerges from the carriage dressed as a prince. The executioner kneels down and calls Jean blameless while weeping. Now Jean also sprinkles perfume on a handkerchief, and all people feel the taste of heaven as he waves it in the air, and all call him an angel. Jean takes himself as the savior of mankind, and he throws his handkerchief among the people, and within a time all people start making love without any discrimination of younger, elder, poor, rich, black, white, etc. Observing this, Jean feels true love. He misses that fruit seller girl. He believes that by loving her as such, he will be able to make her his own. Thinking about it, he is saddened and starts sweeping. Suddenly Richie arrives at the scene, brandishing a sword in his hand with the intent to kill Jean, but the magic of perfume also makes him uncontrollable. Blending down at it, he asks forgiveness. Jean realizes his mistake. He departs the city. Later, the effect of the perfume is disappeared among the citizens. Jean is now going to return to his birthplace fish counter. He takes the perfume bottle from his pocket and pours it over him. Realizing this, everybody in the room does have their eyes attracted to him due to the impact of the perfume raping him. In this way, Jean's life ends here and the movie ends here. Thank you for watching.